Hey guys, so before I get into this video, I think it's really important for me to clarify that the thumbnail that you see for this video is not a reaction that I had from Sunday Riley's Luna Sleeping Oil. The reason I use that photo in the thumbnail is because I want to share some things about my skin. If you're familiar with my other videos, I often mention how my skin is very sensitive and that I suffer from hyperpigmentation. So when I break out, even after the pimple goes down, it leaves a red mark and it usually stays on my skin for sometimes months, usually months. If I'm lucky, it'll go away in like a few weeks, but for the most part, that's not really the case with me. I think it's only fair that I share my history with acne, and hopefully that will explain the reason for why I picked up this Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Oil. In high school, I didn't go through any severe breakouts, but I've definitely had clogged pores and the occasional breakout, but I've always suffered from redness. My skin just flushes easily, so even to this day, if after I work out or when I drink alcohol, I just get really red. And the hyperpigmentation marks on my face, they just get that much more emphasized when my face turns red. In 2009, I experienced my first severe breakout. I'm not sure what caused it, but this is what my face looked like. Because I haven't gone through something like this before, for me it was very traumatizing, and for me it was severe. And I'm sure there are people out there that would look at these photos and think that it's not that bad and they've suffered worse. And trust me, I have such a soft spot for people that are dealing with acne or have dealt with acne. I know how depressing it can be. I know how, what it does to your self-esteem and how traumatizing it is. So please don't think that I'm meaning to offend anyone who has gone through something much worse than I have. So I've tried every acne medication under the sun, like Retin-A, Tazorac, benzoyl peroxide, you name it, I've tried them all. But it doesn't fix the cause of the acne, it just kind of takes care of the symptoms, and they just weren't a long-term solution. So after trying out all these different medications and probably irritating my skin that much more, my dermatologist at the time highly recommended that I go through a course of Accutane. I was so sad at the time and I felt like that was my last resort. So I agreed to go through a course of it, and she prescribed a low dosage for me for, I think I took it between 6 to 9 months. And my skin did clear up while I was on it. It went through like a really painful purging process in the beginning, so I did break out more, but then as the months went on, my skin definitely got better, and there was a point where my skin was completely clear while I was on it. But unfortunately, as soon as I finished the course, my acne slowly started coming back, and it was really disheartening for me. And I can't remember specifically, but I'm sure my skin went through ups and downs of it being okay and breaking out and so on and so forth, but nothing too major for me to point out. But then in 2011, when I first moved to Korea, I had my second severe breakout. This photo here was after I got a facial at the dermatologist, and it's after they've extracted the pimples from my face. I'm not sure what caused that, but I'm sure that me moving to another country and just getting adjusted and the water change and all of that played some kind of a factor. So after that breakout, my skin did calm down for a bit, even though I did have the occasional breakout. It wasn't anything like the picture that I just showed you. So fast forward to September 2014, I started taking birth control pills, and the brand that I took was Yaz. And I know for sure that this breakout was a hormonal one because my body was getting used to the hormones. And this was just a few months before our wedding, and I was so sad and so afraid that my face was just going to be completely broken out for the wedding. And it was a rough couple of months. Brandon will tell you. I think I cried almost every night, which probably didn't help with my acne. My skin did clear up before the wedding, thank God. But here are some pictures of like my skin at its worst, like when I first started taking the birth control pills again. If you made it this far into the video, I thank you, because I'm sure if you are watching this video, you're curious about this product, right? That's why you're here. So based on that, based on my skin history and what I'm currently suffering with now, it's not so much acne, even though I still do get breakouts here and there. My issue is after the breakout goes down, the marks that it leaves, and you know, I'm turning 30 in a few months. So for me, my focus is definitely on like anti-aging these days, and I want to use things that are going to moisturize and help fight wrinkles. So those are my priorities. I purchased this highly raved about sleeping night oil from Sunday Riley, and to my knowledge, this brand is currently exclusive to Sephora. So I ordered this online, and I was so excited about it because one of my favorite YouTubers, Claire Marshall, she raved about this product. She suffers from the same thing that I do, the hyperpigmentation, and she mentioned how she saw overnight results with this. When she woke up the next morning, she felt that the discoloration was a lot lighter. And yeah, I was so pumped to get this. It says that this oil is the next generation retinoid oil that reduces pore size, improves appearance of damaged skin, and helps fight wrinkles, which is everything that I'm interested in. So this is the list of ingredients, and it is a pretty hefty list. But some of the things that I do want to point out that sounds really good is it has a lot of like organic oils in it that are cold pressed, like avocado oil, grapeseed oil, cold pressed chia, yeah, and seriously, like just look this up on Sephora and I'm sure you can just get an ingredient list. It's also cruelty free, paraben free, fragrance free, and there's a little FYI memo here, and it says that one of the acids in it can cause mild peeling for a few days, and it says it's normal and will go away. And it also says do not use if you are pregnant. So before using this, my expectation was, okay, like my face might peel for a few days because of the trans retinoic acid, and I was okay with that. But that's not what happened with me. So I used it the night that I received it, and the next morning, my skin was okay, and I was also testing out with the Cover FX custom drops that day. And midday, I noticed there were like hives on my face. And I'm not talking about pimples, but it was like an allergic reaction. And it was one of those things where like I touched my face and it just made me shudder because, oh, it was like so bumpy to the touch and just gross. And I couldn't tell if it was the Luna oil from the night before or my skin reacting to the Cover FX custom drops. Anyway, so I took off my makeup and I decided that I'm gonna lay off the oil and maybe try it again later after my skin calms down. And sure enough, a few days later, my skin started to go back to normal, and I gave this another try. So the second time I tried it, I woke up the next morning and my skin looked okay, like it felt tighter, and because of that, like my pores appeared smaller. So I thought, okay, then maybe I just broke out, or maybe I had a reaction to the custom drops. I used it again the next night, and the following morning, I had like whiteheads all over my forehead, and I had like pimples on my chin, and yeah, some breakouts on my cheeks. And so overall, my skin just didn't look like I expected after using this. I've used retinoids in the past, and especially, you know, the prescribed ones. It does come with the warning that you could experience an initial breakout because retinoids just speed up the cell turnover on your skin. And, you know, it's expected that you can go through a purging period. But with this, you know, I didn't see, there was no note of that in the FYI here. And when it explains the key ingredients on the other side, it talks about how There's an ingredient in here called blue tansy that helps with like eczema and dermatitis, and it heals damaged skin. And there's another ingredient called German chamomile, and it's supposed to be wonderful for treating inflamed and irritated skin. I expected this to be more gentle and work a bit differently from, you know, prescribed medication, obviously, because you can get this, you know, at a store over the counter. So after trying this on and off for 2 weeks, I didn't want to continue with it because I couldn't tell if my skin was just irritated from the ingredients in here or if it was the purging. If you have sensitive skin and you're on the fence about trying this was just my experience with it. And the quality of my skin, the way that it was after using this, it didn't really make me want to continue using it. So unfortunately, as much as I wanted to love this product, after reading all the claims and all the really, you know, great ingredients that this contains, I am going to be sending it back. So yeah, Luna by Sunday Riley, if this oil is working for you, I'm very jealous because I had such high expectations, and, you know, maybe my skin's just that sensitive. This has to be amazing because so many people are raving about it. As always, if you guys have any comments or questions about this product, or you just want to share to tell me that you love it or hate it, please leave it in the comment box below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Off to Sephora you go. That was a long video.